This is Hayes Q Jones with DVD and Blu-ray all on a budget. And this is HQ Videos for you. And poor Shaka on the ground here. He's not coordinated quite like Shira is. She's more agile. She's not as muscular big as Shaka's going to be over these few months. Anywho, today, kind of mix it up a little bit. Not only do I like to collect and talk about movies, I actually like to watch. So, I'm going to go over some things I've been watching on streaming services and television shows, as well as some physical media. Probably pick up a local Dollar Tree if you're fortunate enough to have a Dollar Tree around you. I'm going to end everything up with some pickups from Hamilton Bookstore, some out-of-print Stallone, some 3D movies. You know how I do. So sit back, relax, have a drink, have a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. Going to kick it off with Coming to America 2. Coming to America 2 is set in the lush and royal country of Zamunda. Newly crowned King Akeem, Eddie Murphy, and his trusted confidant Semi, Arsenio Hall, embark on an all-new hilarious adventure that has them traveling the globe from the great African nation to the borough of Queens, New York, where it all happened, or where it all began. This was initially released, or supposed to be released, on Amazon Prime on December 18th, 2020. My mother, my wife, and I, and my son, 3 generations actually watched this past Friday. And we actually got a good laugh out of it. It was very entertaining. It did have its somewhat cringy, stereotypical moments from time to time. But overall, it was good to see some of the old characters from the original Coming to America. It's good to see some new characters. Love to see Wesley Snipes in there. Wesley is one of those rare action actors that can make fun of himself. He's not too serious. He does very well doing comedy roles. Enjoy seeing him. Beautiful cast of women in this role. His daughters are lovely. Was it as funny or as good as the original Coming to America? No, unfortunately not. Sequels rarely are, especially when you have this amount of time lapsing from the original. But it's definitely worth the watch. If you're a fan of the original Coming to America, I think you'll enjoy the sequel. Next, we have Down. Down is an episode of American horror anthology web television series Into the Dark that aired as the 5th episode of the show's first season. It originally premiered in the United States on February 1st, 2019 on Hulu. And just kind of perusing the different movies in Hulu and ran across this. Actually, my wife ran across this. And the majority of the movie takes place in an elevator, which is reminiscent of a movie called Devil, somewhat similar to The Hateful Eight, where the majority of the movie being in one or two places. So in order to pull this off, you have to be very creative as a writer and also actor and actress. And I think they did an excellent job of keep you engaged and involved in the movie, specifically because it all took place in an elevator. So if you get the opportunity, if you have Hulu, if you have a Fire Stick and you know how to get your hustle on, I'd recommend watching Into the Dark's Down on Hulu. Sweet Home is an apocalyptic horror South Korean television series starring Song Kang, Lee Jin-wook, and Lee Si-young, based on the Navier webtoon of the same name by Kim Can-bi, or Can-Bai, and Kwang Young Chan, which recorded over 2.1 billion net views. The series was released on Netflix on December 18th, 2020. And it's kind of hard to explain this television series because it's just so different, and not to give any spoilers away. But the monsters that they have in the television series are unlike anything I've ever seen before. And just the whole premise behind the story, or the whole premise of the story. Just to give a little bit away, there's this virus that's going on that mutates humans into monsters, but they're different monsters based on that person's personality. So it makes for a very interesting storyline. So if you have Netflix, I highly recommend watching the first season of Sweet Home. I think you'll actually like it. And Netflix is really kicking it, really knocking it out the park. A lot of these Asian television series, horror, action. I think American series might need to catch up. Next, we have Amazon Prime's Utopia. Amazon Utopia is a group of young adults who meet online, get hold of Utopia, a cult underground comic book, which only pins them as a target of the shadowy organization, but also burdens them with the dangerous task of saving the world. And some of the stars in this, you have John Cusack as Kevin Christie, Dan Bird, Jessica Roth, Rainn Wilson as Michael Stearns. Very captivating television series, especially in the first episode. As I was doing this video and just looking up information on it, very disappointed to find out that it was actually canceled. They only had one season. I guess there wasn't enough hype behind it. But I actually found it very intriguing how they pretty much kind of pulled everyone in based on this really obscure cult comic book. So if you get the opportunity, if you have Amazon Prime, or again, if you have Fire Stick and now to get your hustle on, I'd highly recommend watching the first season of Utopia, since there won't be a second season. And to round it off, we have WandaVision. WandaVision is an American television miniseries created by Jack Schaefer for the streaming service Disney Plus, based on the Marvel comic characters Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, and Vision. Set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it shares continuity with the films of the franchise and takes place after the events of the film Avengers Endgame. WandaVision is produced by Marvel Studios, with Schaefer serving as the head writer and Matt Shakman directing. And I'll be completely honest, the first couple episodes I had to struggle to get through. I'm just like, I'm not really feeling this. But they were able to drop just a few seeds to make it interesting, to pull you in. It's like, okay, what's going on? And by the third, maybe fourth episode, my family and I were all in. And just as I mentioned before, this is tied into the movie's Avenger Endgame. And again, for the first couple episodes, you're trying to figure out, this is totally off the wall. But once you actually get into it, it's definitely worth the watch. If you don't have Disney Plus, again, get a Fire Stick or whatever and get your hustle on. I highly recommend watching WandaVision, especially if you're a Marvel head and with the Marvel Universe. Now, with that being said, kind of went over the stuff online and streaming. Let's get into some physical media that I've actually watched. Then I'll show you what I picked up at Hamilton Books with what came in. Given my tongue is not working today. Hold on. Okay, Shaka, I'm going to talk about the Warner Brothers Home Entertainment Academy Awards Animation Collection. While he's doing whatever he does, I'm going to kick it off with Warner Brothers Home Entertainment Academy Awards Animation Collection. I picked this up at Dollar Tree. Didn't even really look into it. It just caught me bringing back that nostalgic time of Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, Pepe Le Pew,
Tweety and Sylvester, Yosemite Sam, Speedy Gonzales. What really kind of threw me for a loop when I started watching this, it had a lot of MGM cartoons in there. MGM cartoons such as the famous, and if you're of a certain age, you probably don't remember this, you might be able to find it on YouTube. It's the line and the circle, or the line and the dot. And the whole premise behind this animated short is this line is infatuated with this circle, and the circle is infatuated with this squiggly line, this kind of squiggly blob. And the story takes on from there. That's probably one of the best shorts out of this thing. So one pick, if you can find it at Dollar Tree, I'd highly recommend, especially if you're of a certain age that remembers those Tom and Jerry and Warner Brothers great cartoon shorts. I highly recommend Warner Brothers Entertainment. Another Dollar Tree pickup is Stage Fright, and this is just a really different type of movie. It's a part musical, part slasher, comedy, horror picture. 10 years after the Broadway diva mother was murdered after performing The Haunting of the Opera, Camilla Swanson lands the lead role in a Musicians Theater summer camp's version of the same musical, and the show goes on and the blood starts to spill. This was initially released 2011-2014 in Russia. Yeah, Russia of all places. Again, just a very quirky movie. It's a magnet release. If you see it at Dollar Tree, it's definitely worth $1 to pick up and just check it out. Stage Fright. And I almost forgot, the opening scene is this musical scene. It's hilarious. It's worth just watching that opening musical scene. Stage Fright. Again, check it out, Dollar Tree. Preservation. This is a Present Pictures, 2014. I think it also goes by Raven Banner and The Orchard. The plot behind this is 3 family members headed deep into the woods for a hunting trip that doubles as a distraction from their troubled home. When all their gear is stolen, they turn on each other, but soon they realize there are much more treacherous forces at work. And this is a fun, low budget, kind of cat and mouse type of picture. No big names in it, but it was just somewhat intriguing to find out who was chasing them and why. Ending was so-so, but overall fun film. So if you catch it at Dollar Tree, pick it up. It's worth $1. Yes, we are back at the Black Cave and just chilling here with the Thundercats, Shira and Shaka. Just finished watching the Icons of Action, I See You, with Sylvester Stallone. And as you see here, I have my package from Hamilton Books. Just need to find my Johnny Blade, aka Wesley Snipes, open this up and see what we picked up. Before I do that, I have to make a quick errand, and I'll be right back. I have my Wesley Snipes here, aka my Johnny Blade. Let's open this up and see what we have here. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app, and that's C as in Charlie, L as in Lima, Z as in Zebra, and let's get into it. We are going to kick it off with an upgrade. I actually bought the original Dirk Gently Season 1 and Season 2 at Dollar Tree. It was a blind buy. Loved it so much. Saw it on Hamilton for the first season on Blu-ray. Didn't hesitate to pick it up. Season 2 is a little bit more expensive, a little bit harder to come by. So I might hold off a little bit before I get that at the prices that I see it at. See if I can come it out a little bit more. See if I can find a better price. So, but definitely highly recommend Dirk Gently, Elijah Wood, Samuel Barnett. Very quirky, I would call it kind of a sci-fi detective show. That's the best way I can put it. Dirk Gently Season 1 on Blu-ray. Another Dollar Tree pickup that And I didn't want to take the chance of seeing if I could find it at Dollar Tree, because Blu-rays are getting very scarce at Dollar Tree nowadays. So went ahead and paid, I think, $4.95. I'll show you the prices of these at the end. For Jean-Claude Van Damme, Kill 'Em All. And recognize him. He's been in a lot of stuff, from Prison Break to John Wick Part 2. Looks familiar also. And this is a Sony release. The last one, Dirk Gently, that was BBC, of course. Kill 'Em All. Nice artwork on the disc. Next we have a 3D joint, trying to keep my 3D collection as complete as possible. You have Cheech Marin, Ariel Winter, The Lost Explorer. And this is a Destron. I can't see that V, what that is. And you get the 3D and the Blu-ray. See, there is the Blu-ray 3D and the DVD. Okay. Tad, The Lost Adventurer. Another 3 movie we have, based on the acclaimed Chinese novel Wolf Totem. And I think this is out of print because it's a Sony release. All the places I looked at it, I think it was at least $20 or more. And is this in English or not? I know it has English subtitles. The language might be in, can't really tell my contacts in, but I've heard the 3D, at least the reviews I heard on 3D are pretty decent, so we'll check this out. Wolf Totem. This is another Dollar Tree pickup that I picked up a while ago on DVD, at least maybe a year and a half ago. Have been trying to find the Blu-ray at Dollar Tree, haven't seen it. I've only seen it on a few people's Blu-ray pickup movies or Blu-ray pickup YouTube videos. So I think I paid $4 for it, so I figured it is worth a shot at, in case I can't find it in Hamilton. So Assassin. And if these are all so far blind buys, if you've seen any of these, let me know, leave a comment. Good, bad, so-so. Assassin. Another Dollar Tree pickup. I believe I got the one with the slipcover on the DVD. The main thing that attracted me to this was the Train to Busan. Excellent zombie movie. Probably one of the best zombie movies I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot since I've seen a lot of zombie movies. This is a Wellgo. Yeah, Wellgo USA release. And they usually have pretty decent action films, Asian martial arts, things of that nature. So looking forward to seeing this, seeing it if it lives up to the level of Train to Busan. Rampant. Next we have another 3D movie. Sandra Oh, Ross Lynch, Snow Time. And this is that Shout Kids. I think it's Shout Kids release. Yeah, excuse me on my contact son, so seeing things close up ain't that easy sometimes. But nice slip cover. And actually just got that a while ago. Maya the Bee in 3D. Got that just a while ago. And see if this works. And you have the DVD and the Blu-ray 3D on this side. Snow Time. Probably a nice Christmas video to watch around that time of the year. Another Dollar Tree DVD upgrade. Don't think twice. And very nice slipcover as he raised printing. And I've seen a trailer for this. It looked pretty interesting. Big fan of Keegan Michael Key from Key and Peele. It's a Universal release. Very nice slip cover. And the usual Universal Blu-ray. See if the code works. And the Universal plain DVD. Don't think twice. And again, I haven't seen this. Just seen the trailer. It's supposed to be a comedy. Now, I have seen this many moons ago, a long time ago. It's a remake of the original Flatliners with Kiefer Sutherland. That's the only one I really remember. I want to say Christian Slater. I'm not positive about that. And Julianne Roberts. I'm not 100% positive. But I just ordered the original off of Amazon for $4. I think they're out of stock, and it should be in stock in the middle of March. So if you want to pick it up for $4 at Amazon, I'd highly recommend it. Possibly by the time this video drops, it might not be $3.99 anymore. But decent remake. Wasn't to me as good as the original, but again, decent remake. Have the Blu-ray and the code. See if the code works. Next, I was looking for this at Dollar Tree and also Big Lots. I did see a few people pick this up. Didn't have the luck of getting it there, so I think this is probably the most expensive one out the bunch. Maybe $8, which is a little bit more I normally pay for non-3D, just regular Blu-rays. But I think this is out of print, and I'm not sure when it will go back into print. So Get Carter, Warner Brothers. This is Stallone in action. I might watch this. Might have a Stallone afternoon since I just watched Detox, aka I See You. Get Carter. Next, this is another classic. I haven't seen this in years. I might watch this also. I remember when he was popular. It seemed like he was on some television show, and you have, of course, the iconic Ice Cube and Torque. It's a movie about motorcycle riding. I think this around this time seemed like biker movies were real big. I don't know if Wild Hogs was out at this time. Yeah, I think there was another one. I think with Lawrence Fishburne, if this isn't the one. But Torque. Yeah, the plain Warner Brothers disc. And lastly, if you've watched my channel before, you know I'm somewhat of a completionist. I have this Shout Factory set of Critters. This is the newest edition, so this is going to be added to right along with the box set of Critters Attacks. And this is just fun, silly sci-fi, kind of a throwback to 80s horror, comedy horror. And you have the Warner Brother Blu-ray and the rather plain DVD. The code. And something else, I'm not sure what that is. But this has been my Hamilton pickup. Give me a second, let me put these guys away. I'll get you guys on your way and we'll finish up. Hold on. Okay, it's that time again. Have everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, going over movies. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? It doesn't cost anything. Please like, share, subscribe. Help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. If anything else, give me the big thumbs up. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Peace.